Uncle David Haight will always remember Christmas 2003. But not because he spent the day surrounded by friends and family. Instead, he spent the day surrounded by foes and enemy fire. U.S. forces had just captured Saddam Hussein, but Baghdad remained a dangerous place. On Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, Colonel David Haight visited his battalion's 23 observation posts outside Baghdad to encourage the men under his command. One of those men was Army Specialist Mark Schwartz, a disciplined soldier with a keen sense of humor. After a nice talk, and before heading to the next observation post, Colonel Haight wished Specialist Schwartz a Merry Christmas. "Sir," Schwartz replied sincerely, "you have a Merry Christmas too." 8 days later, Mark Schwartz was killed by a roadside bomb. As Colonel Haight prepared to write a condolence letter to that soldier's family, he learned from personnel records that Schwartz was Jewish, not Christian. Thinking back on their talk the week before, Haight recalls, "I had felt close to him, and I knew that he didn't hold my Merry Christmas greeting against me. In my mind, I could hear his voice again as he wished me the same. At that moment, it occurred to me that Specialist Schwartz was one of the noblest human beings I have ever known." What allowed a Jewish soldier to not be offended by being wished a Merry Christmas by a Christian colonel? Perhaps Specialist Schwartz understood that what makes an army battalion strong is also what makes America strong. Throughout our history, many immigrants from different religions, races, and nationalities have found their way to our shores. Through this diversity, we have become one nation under God, which has been perhaps our greatest strength. Despite our differences, we are, as a nation, as the seal of the United States declares, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. The historical foundation of that unity, as a study of American history reveals, comes directly from such Judeo-Christian virtues as love, charity, and the Golden Rule. Tolerance for others is a natural byproduct of those virtues. Every religious group, while perhaps a majority somewhere, is also inevitably a minority somewhere else, Russell Nelson said. Thus, religious organizations should show tolerance for members of other religious denominations. Tolerance, he added, is the key that unlocks the door to a greater understanding and love. Thomas Jefferson said that it does him no injury for his neighbors to say that there are 20 gods or no God. It neither picks my pocket nor breaks my leg, he added. But we are finding that when our government strays from God or tries to take his place, it threatens our religious liberties, picks our pocket, and breaks the bank. In light of constant calls for separation of church and state, lawsuits to protect American school children from the faith of their fathers, and recent government attacks on freedom of religion, would it really hurt us if Americans were taught to love our enemies, bless those that curse us, do good to those that hate us, and pray for those which use and persecute us? If all the children of our country studied together all the religions in our country, President Ronald Reagan asked, wouldn't they learn a greater tolerance for each other's beliefs? If children prayed together, would they not understand the things they have in common, and would this not indeed bring them closer? Some things are worth preserving and defending. Things like religious liberty, freedom of association, and pluralism. These are the freedoms that my Uncle David is fighting for. And they are the freedoms that Army Specialist Mark Schwartz died for. May we honor their sacrifice. Thank you.